Hi guys, welcome to my channel, All Things Most Fabulous. Yes, today is a Wednesday and we are fresh. We are out here celebrating another woman that is doing big for herself. I'm here to apply my mind basically. So I'm here at a financial talk, Zanele Ulana, partnering up with Allan Gray. And today we are just going to let them teach us so that we can be able to apply what we are learning here, because yes indeed so many of us make the mistake of actually thinking that imali owner, we need to own the money guys. So enjoy.
Hellos. This is Zanele Ulana, a young mom, a young wife, a sister, a friend. Um, so, Silapha Mandamhlanje, we're here today. We have it's not a workshop, I want to call it an intimate session. So, it's really been in my heart. But we need to have these sessions where we talk. What do we talk about? We talk money.
Yes.
Yes. I believe that, actually, I'm a firm believer that when you know better, you do better. So, this I've seen result in myself. We come from different backgrounds and we don't have the privilege of financial education. Specifically, we don't have personal financial education, right? So we leave homes, we go to university, then straight from university, then you just go and you work. And oftentimes, we don't know how to handle our money, and money handles us. Because that's what happens. When you don't know how to handle money, then money will handle you. So it's really just been an ambition for me to just start and educate myself, educate the next person, educate a sister, educate the whole nation basically. Really do believe that with educational, what do I call it, personal financial education, we can build a nation. And I really do believe that we can do it ourselves. Unfortunately, we've been made to believe in our societies that it's okay to just go and have credit. And it's always been a first option for you to just go and have credit. So I think with these educational talks, my number one aspirations would be that can we shy away from the status quo? Can we shy away from the the norms around money? Can we start being intentional about what we want our money to do for us? Can we start being intentional about how we value or how we get our principles around money? Because majority of us are just spending money because we have money or we think that we have money. So can we get to the principles of money so that we can also teach our younger sisters? Can we teach our kids? Can we teach our grandkids, right? Because when we educate ourselves, we'll be educating the whole family will be educated, right? So it's through, also just to say that it's through my own experiences that I have seen that it can be done. I have seen that I have also made my own mistakes around money. And even now, I can't stand and say that I know everything about personal finance, but I am in a journey because personal finance, it is a journey for everyone. But in my journey, I would like to take people along with me so that we are able to discuss, we're able to debate, and we're able to exactly get to the right questions, right, of what it is that we need to do in order to create our wealth. Because we cannot be doing the same thing and hoping for different results. Something must change, and this is the time where things must change. So I'm here and I stand for that. So here we are, we're building nations through financial education. So that's me. in a nutshell, and that is my passion. And I am hoping that this is going to be a continuous thing. This is, like I said, I want it to be intimate sessions because I don't want I don't want people to feel like it's a workshop where you have to be taught what to do. I mean, there's lots of financial education, but people are not using it anyway. I want to call it intimate sessions because I want people to take charge of themselves. I want individuals to be intentional of what they want to do. But I'm also bringing people to say, here is Allan Gray, you know. What can they teach you? Because some of the products we have, but we don't even know what they do for us, right? Because we've been taking and taking and taking. Some of us are just comfortably happy to save just at the bank. But the bank is not your friend. And at any point, the bank will never be in a business of making you rich, right? So we need to find ways and means to say, how do we get to that level where you say, I am towards my financial freedom? And I mean, what does it mean? What does it even mean to be in, or to be financially, to have a financial freedom, you know? So yeah, I think that's mostly that, and I'm really excited about what's going to happen, and I'm really excited to see, because I've seen it to myself, right? I'm really excited to see how people are going to emerge out of this. I mean, once you're debt free, guys, that's the most peaceful thing that you can ever do for yourself. And I just believe that, guys, it's time for us to do things for ourselves. Guys, it's even in our churches, we need to stop this thing of thinking that the pastor must read the Bible for you. You read your own Bible. So even in this case, you need to go and make things happen for yourself. Go to that internet, go research. If you don't know anything, go find help. But most importantly, apply. The application needs to be there where you really take charge of what you are spending, what are you spending, how much money is getting into your account, how much money you are saving, you know. I think for me, one of the most principles, or something that has really risen with me and it has really kept me going, was the principle of just paying yourself first, right? Pay yourself first. It's not, I'll even take it further and say it's to say, prioritize Zanele. I work hard for that money. Then why is it so easy for me to just go out and take credit, and all my money goes to credit? Why is it so easy for me to think that when I get accepted for a loan, then the bank has done me a favor? The bank is not doing me any favors. The bank is not doing any favors. Actually, what the bank is doing is making money out of me, right? Because to just prove that, do you see the amount of money, or do you see the amount of interest you pay when you have to lend money from the bank? Do you see the amount of interest you get when you save your money at the bank? We need to change the levels of the game, guys, and this is the time. There's no other way. Yearly branch, and Allan Gray has this branch of theirs where they teach topics related to financial education, right? So how do I and Liveo connect? You all know me, right? Yeah, so everywhere I go, I talk financial literacy. And most of you do know that I've had my own struggles around financial literacy. And I think this, for me, was really something that I wanted to do for my sisters, for my friends, for our journey towards our, let's say, our wealth creation, right? So we don't want to be having those talks we don't want to be only having the talks about the champagnes and the other things, right? We also want to talk about the shares, right? We also want to talk about the JSE crash, right? So we all know that this week the biggest thing that everyone was talking about is the shares going down. Did we buy shares?
Yes.
Did we buy shares? So can we just be, I think my real passion is really in about us taking ourselves as priority in our own lives.
Yeah.
Can we get into the habit of being intentional when it comes to ourselves? The banks are not doing us any favors, right?
Yeah.
So I think most of us who have cars will know that you were so happy and ecstatic when you were approved for your car loan or anything like that. But the reality is the bank is not doing you any favor, and you would have had more joy if you would have paid for that cash, right? But I know we're always thinking it's going to take long, I can't save for that much, but it can be done.
Yeah.
Right? So I think here today, I just want to say that can we forgive ourselves for the past mistakes that we've done, and can we look forward into changing our lives? Can we look forward into having something that we can give to our kids, having something that we can pass on, right, to our kids, to our grandkids? Can we be the game changers, right? Can we be the ones that heal so that our kids don't have to heal, right?
Yeah.
Because we are the generation that is working, the first professionals in our homes. We have to take care of ourselves and still take care of our siblings and still take care of our parents, right? So can we make that conscious decision to say that we will talk about money, we will educate ourselves about money? Can we also go on to say that we will have financial control? We will make sure that our finances, we know everything that goes out of my account, I know where it's going. And I know what it is that it's directed to, right? Can we plan around our finances? Can we just stop doing things? You know, all those things that come up, they can wait. They can really do wait. You matter. You come first. You are the one that wakes up in the morning and goes to work for that money. And can we just get to know the products that we're taking? Can we just make an effort into knowing what it is that I'm taking? What does it mean? What does it mean? I mean, the other day I actually saw a post from one of the financial institutions. I won't say which one. They had tax-free saving account, instant, and then their advertisement was saying, you get instant cash, right? But that's for me. I just thought that's a little bit misinformation, right? Because
Instant cash from the tax-free.
exactly.
What's the
Right.
point?
What's the point then? Yeah, but perhaps the thing is, if you don't know, someone that doesn't know what is a tax-free saving account will
Instant
immediately
cash.
put money and think that tomorrow I can go and take that money. So I mean, if you really don't know, then you can't make any informed decision. So I think I'm a really firm believer of saying that when you know better, you'll do better.
Yeah.
So I think we need to take the first step to change things, because we can't keep on doing the same thing and hope for a different result. You do the same thing, you get the same result. There will be nothing that you'll be getting. So I think just under the controls of our money, we need to, under the knowledge, 50 cents, you ask it. I've seen people that have home loans who know this. You get a admin charge, I think it's 69 rand now, 7 rand at Standard Bank. Okay, multiply it by 20 years, you'll see it's going up to like 12,000 rand. That's how the bank makes money. So even the 99 rand that they were debating, whoever was taking from your account, it is your money. So we need to make sure that we know everything that comes out of our account. If you know what comes out of your account, you know where it's going, right? So make an effort to say that I will know what is going on in my account. And can we also get to know the different terms when it comes to financial sector? Unfortunately, I'm also not in the financial sector, so it's not a really easy jargon. But can we understand? Can we understand what is investment? Can we just understand the difference between investment and saving? Can we understand that what is interest? What is simple interest? What is compounding interest? Right? So that we can better make informed decision. I think you can go on the next one, Levine. And then the next one that I would like to talk about is your financial control. So can we stop being paid daily millionaires? It's not working anymore. You cannot be a paid day millionaire.
Yeah.
Can you make sure that whatever money that you have, it is directed to something? But of course, your money is directed to you, right? You are the first person, right? So can we just make sure that we prioritize ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, like I think in families where you have kids, where you have with sisters, where we have brothers, can we get our sisters involved in taking care or having a control over their finances? Can we be able to teach them, right? But before we can teach them, we need to be first have that knowledge for ourselves so that we can share, because that's the only way that will change our lives. That's the only way we can change our nation. The next one. So financial planning, right? I always laugh about this, that I never knew what, I think before maybe 2016, I never knew what an emergency fund is.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew, or like a rainy day, because I always thought, I have a job, you know. So your job is not your rainy day. So we need to get into the habit of making sure that when whatever happens, I will still be okay. My family will still be okay. I know it's not going to be an overnight thing. It's going to take time, but when we start building towards that, can we have those emergency funds? Can we always, our first preference be saving more than spending? You know, before I spend anything right now, I'm always thinking, sure, do I really have to? Sometimes I don't even buy, because it goes past like 3 months and I still don't have it, and life continued. It was fine, like it's not something that I really needed, just something that I wanted, but life continued and I didn't have it.
You wanted to
right?
need it.
At that time.
How we want to meet.
I think for those that have kids, can we also just make provision for our kids? We know where we come from, but we don't want our kids to suffer the same fate, right? So I think for me, my strategy is always like, maybe you don't even have to take an education policy, but make means. If you have to build a block of flats somewhere and rent them out, take that money, invest it somewhere, then you know that at least your kids will have money. Because the point is not for you to have educational policy. The point is for you to have money that will go towards the education. So if education policy are not working for you, think out of the box, have more ideas of how can I do it. It's not like a one-way street. Our financial journeys are not the same.
Yeah.
That's why it's called personal finance. Find something that works for you and you take it and make it work for you, right? And I think also something that really resonates with me is the estate planning. It's something that we've been doing for a long time, and you get in the middle of it and you find out, I don't know what this is, because you like a lot of jargon around it, right? And then they speak about liquidity. Do you have enough liquidity in your estate to make sure that your family will not be suffering whilst they're still sorting out? Do you need a trust? You know, whilst you're still alive, do all those things so that whoever your nominations or your beneficiaries are don't have to suffer, right? Can we make it a priority to find out about these things? There's many people that are available to assist, but you need to know what you want. So I find that sometimes, even though we may say that financial planners or financial what are not really giving us information, but we also don't know what to ask. If you don't know what to ask, then you will definitely get whatever that is there, right? So it really, I think it also boils down to what you want. So the last one that I wanted to talk about is it's a product choice. So I think I've touched on the bank products, right? So the banks are always willing to give us anything you want. You qualify, that's one thing that gets us excited. Oh, I qualified, right? So do you really know what the bank is really giving you? Do you understand what that home loan, or do you understand that that revolving loan? Do you understand what it means?
And can you afford it?
Can you afford it? But because you've already pushed out numbers and the bank says, yay, you can afford, you're taking it. It's not fashionable to have a revolving loan. So let's not make it fashionable. It's also not fashionable to just go and whatever you feel like it, you take a loan. It cannot be fashionable. So we need to stop that mentality. And also the insurance products that we're taking, do you understand them? Do you understand the terms around the disability covers? You have it. Do you understand it? Do you know what it means, right? Do you read your terms and conditions of the same product that you just signed and you're paying for it every month? Do you understand the fees related to products?
That 1%. Thank you.
Do you understand the fees that you pay around the products, right? So are you also getting information from people that are informed about their own products? Can you tell when Uyolanda is coming to me and Yolanda knows nothing about this product, or Yolanda is only after commission? Can you tell, right?
Sure.
And yeah, so I know like this is a lot of things, and it's not going to be covered today. It's not something that you're going to cover tomorrow, but it's a journey, right? I can assure you of that. The veil is actually going to tell you about the products that you have that you don't know about. He's not selling any products. But if there is something that he speaks about and you want to know more about it, or you would like to have something similar, obviously you can talk to him. But Levail is going to share his own experiences around financial education, and he's also going to tell us a little bit of what Allan Gray has in case we need something. So, over to you.
Thanks, guys. I'm gonna sit down if that's okay, because like this sitting is not gonna be a yeah, sure, sorry. Yeah, this sitting won't be a presentation, because essentially you guys are friends and family, and it's about having a conversation. So you gotta try and figure out. I work for Allan Gray, so as Zanele said, I work for a team at Allan Gray. I am, just as you guys mentioned, the first generation professional in my family. I paid black tax. I contribute to my parents' retirement. I put my sisters through university. The reality of our responsibilities is not a reason for us to not change what we're going to do going forward. It's a different thing. We're all burdened with different responsibilities. I think, as far as I know in my own experiences, everyone has some responsibility. Whether that be a family, a member, a house, someone's debt later on, there's something that you got to look after. And unfortunately, it's pointless complaining only. You actually have to do something. Otherwise, at the end of the day, we all have different goals, right? But you can't attain them if you just complain. We can't change the cycle if we don't change our narrative. And the narrative for us is, we can't change the past.
Of course.
It's nothing you can do. You can ask people to give you the money back, you can try and take the land back, you can do anything you want. But the reality is you actually can't change the past. Not the past history of this country, not the past cultural behaviors of this country, not the past failures, not the successes, not your parents' decisions with money. What you can change is your decision with money. To try and maximize it, to try and change someone else's life further on. I think for me, I'll give you my goal. My goal is quite simple. Everyone asks me, do you want to be a millionaire one day? Yes. If I could have all the money in the world, I want to be a millionaire, obviously. But the actual goal for me is quite simple. My kid mustn't pay black tax if I have one. Like there isn't any other big goal. It's if you don't have to pay black tax, I can think of multiple things I could have gotten done earlier in my life.
Don't we all?
But it's true, right? It's true. It's not my story is not uncommon in South Africa. I think the one thing that's uncommon for us in South Africa is that we don't take responsibility. We don't take accountability for it. We more find people that kind of. How many times have you heard stories of people saying, "If I had learned it, if I had known that 20 years ago, if I had known that 10 years ago." Right? At what point are we not going to be that generation? That's my question for me always. Am I going to be someone that 10 years or 20 years from now goes, I wish someone had told me that 20 years ago. For now you have the opportunity that there is all this information out there. Now it's just about curating it and making sure that you can try and understand the bits that are important to you. And that's something that a lot of people don't realize. Finance is so open and out there, but there are so few people that understand it. And that's okay, because you have other jobs. Like, I don't understand retail, I don't work in it. I don't understand fashion, I don't work in it. I don't understand marketing, I don't work in it. I'm not a doctor, so I don't understand the work. Yet we assume that we're supposed to know finance. How? From where? You tell me. Because my parents couldn't teach me, so I don't know about you. There was no other place for you to learn. Now you have the ability to do that, not only to learn for yourself, but we're the generation that can teach your generation. You know what the biggest difference is when I go to schools? Like people ask, I'm sure you get this question if you weren't at a private school. Would you send your kids to a private school? I would. People ask me why. For no other reason other than the conversations that are had at those schools are different to the conversations I had at my school. No one at my school spoke about unit trust, and no one at my school spoke about being an entrepreneur. No one spoke about having a business. No one spoke about becoming a CA. No one spoke about becoming a doctor off the bat. It's the reality of it. When you talk to private kids that had attended private school, what you realize is that they were exposed to more conversation. That's the difference. The parents are talking about running businesses, they're talking about saving, talking about investing. They understand what shares are just because when they were in their teens, their parents would let them probably buy shares. You know? Me? No clue. Even after you study, you don't actually know what it is. I'm sure there are people in the room who took an economics class, who's taken an accounting class. But that did not help you in your practical investing. You could probably tell me what a supply and demand curve is, but you don't really know how that affects you on a day-to-day in a real time world. And how it affects your product base as a consumer. So those are the things that I think we try and debunk. Like, here's one, I'll give you something. People always ask, give me tips and debunking things. You don't have to. You just have to change the way you think. And hopefully in me sharing and telling you things in the next kind of half an hour, you need to pick up what those things are. I'm not here to tell you what's the best thing. I'm here to share with you my experiences, what I've seen, what I've learned, what I know, and for you to decide what works for you, what you can use, where you see your pitfalls. I'll ask you one simple one. If I went around the room and I said, do you have a goal? 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 And you don't have to share because everyone is one person. But you could all tell me, right? You could all say, this is my goal. What if I asked you, if I check your bank account, does your bank statement reflect your goal? And if it doesn't, then that's a simple check automatically that you're lying to you, but you're lying to me. But there's only one person that gets affected by this, and that's you. Here's another one. How many people, if you're anything like me, when you start to save or invest, you ask yourself, when I have money left at the end of the month, I will save that. Right? People generally start there. What if I have left at the end of the month, I'll save and invest that.
Whatever's left.
I know we all say no now, but I guarantee you that majority of people do it this way. Because you want the money in your account, you like to have money there to be able to buy something. If you see something in the shop, you convince yourself that you're going to have money at the end of the month because you convince yourself you have this good behavior. You tell yourself, I have good behavior. How many times, and in your own experiences, at the end of that month, whether it was Thursday, Friday, Black Friday, the last day of payday, was on any of those days, is that money still in your account?
Sure.
Then the very next question is this. what's the one thing you tell yourself immediately after that?
Next one.
Yay!
Next year's January.
You keep telling yourself next month.
Resolution.
You keep telling yourself next month.
Structure my budget.
When my increase comes in August,
Yeah.
But that's the reality. And it's exactly that.
I'll
It's-
save that.
It's changing the way you see things. A lot of us get caught up in this space where you've been doing it the same way all the time that you don't know you're doing it that's wrong. But you know what's wrong. Like now, I literally explained it to you, but you could probably admit to me that you've done this for the longest time. But you all nod to me when I explain it. Yes, that's not right, that's wrong, but then why are you still doing the same thing? So maybe today is the day that you change one thing. When you take a loan out, you spoke about loans, when you take a loan out or debt out, do people take a loan out to the maximum that they can afford or the minimum they can afford?
Maximum.
When you put money away to save or invest for yourself, do you put the maximum or the minimum?
The minimum.
No one has minimum.
Yeah.
The reality is sometimes you must just change your mindset.
Yeah.
You're actually doing it to yourself. You're getting a salary, you're paying yourself the minimum from your own salary so that you can create debt and pay other people. That is the reality of what you're doing. If you break it down to simple form, that is what we do every day. When you buy drinks in a bar, everyone thinks that you buy it for status, right? You know, buy some drinks and that. You know what I see? You buy it, how many people do you see buying it on your credit cards?
Yeah.
You know what I see? You're taking a loan out to buy drinks for people. That's what a credit card is. You're taking a loan to buy drinks for someone. Now how can we say we're serious about changing our wealth within our cultures, within our communities, but we're not willing to change the behavior? The richest people that I know spend much less than what they earn. Largely because of scale. The more money you have, the less I get it.
Yes, yeah.
But here's the other thing. The most rich people I know don't drive fancy cars.
That's right.
They don't wear
Fancy
like
clothes.
top G-star G. They don't do those things.
That's right.
There are other things they do. We don't see it. Yet you live in a world now, unfortunately for us, where you're in social media. You see people with
Insta shots.
great cars, great life. But I guarantee you that the large majority of those people, and I know this from experience, I know some of them, I have friends and colleagues and families that work in marketing, that work with a lot of influencers. The reality is they still stay with their parents, they still don't own their own cars. You mustn't believe what you see. I can take a million pictures that look great of things that aren't mine. Perspective is always important. Understand that only 6% of South Africans can retire. 6% of a country of 57 million plus. 3.5 million people can retire without asking their kids for money. 6%. Yet on social media, if you look at all of your contacts, if you have Instagram, let's say you have 300, 400 contacts that you follow, how many of them look poor?
You can take a picture looking poor.
How would you do that to yourself though?
What? If you're poor, you can't take a picture.
But perspective.
Sure.
Right?
That's true.
You're seeing 100% of success on Instagram.
Yeah.
6% of the country can retire. Yet currently, you're looking at an unemployment rate in excess of 30-35%. You're looking at people between the ages of 20 to 35, you're young professionals, making up the largest part of your unemployment. So then how are all these people between 20 and 35 being flashy? If the percentages, according to stats and banking, where we're at, don't match it. So that's what we talk about. That's how I talk about finance. I don't talk about it and me telling you what's the best. There are things you can do. So for me today, I think this conversation is going to be a lot about two things. I'm going to introduce you to who we are. I'm going to talk to you about, to create wealth, you need two things. What we do, but what you do is very important. If money goes down and you take it out, there's nothing we can do to try and get the money back. Right? It's important. Your behavior and our performance go hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other. You cannot look at the paper and say, well, some company did 12%. It means nothing if you were an investment. So it's important to understand that to create long-term wealth, it's where we both play a part. That's the first part. The other thing, I'll try and give you some tips, some things that I've experienced through my time and that I've learned. I've been at Allan Gray 10 years, funnily enough, this year. Yeah, 10 years almost. No, 10 years definitely. I went to UCT, I grew up in Athlone, and I love what I do. Why? I'm able to do it for Allan Gray, but I'm also able to do it in the city that I grew up in. I'm able to make a change. For the last 3 years, I would have seen 8,000 people, 8,500 people. For me, it's about getting the light bulbs to go off. And I don't care whether you invest with Allan Gray. Actually, I do. I mean, I can't say I don't. But I care more that you go and change something in your own life. Whether go and cut down on something, do something else, change the way you structure your budget, have the conversation with your family. Understand that an education policy is not have to be called an education policy for you to do it. Simple things. Hypothetically, someone spoke about tax-free investing. Tax-free investments. Why not use that as a potential education policy? Why not open up one for your child? Imagine tax-free money from 0 to 18 years old. There's the university fees paid for. The only problem with that is your child can't then open a tax-free investment for themselves. But you know what? Between us here, if I'm the parent and I know what it's like to not have anything to start off with, you cannot complain if I'm giving you 500,000 rand of my money for you to start off with. And that is for everyone to make their decision. But I grew up like that. That it will be my decision to take charge of that so that that person can have a better life. And hopefully the rules will change, right? Hopefully they'll increase it from 500 to a mil, whatever that maybe you could do it over time. But the fact of the matter is that will force me to keep the long term, because the benefit of tax-free investment is only over the long term. Because the goal of your child's education is so important to you, you won't touch that money. The first tip I'm going to give you is make sure that your goals for your money are important. If you don't tie goals to your money, when you need money, where's the first place you're going to take your money from? The place that you have no goals for. I'll give you an example. A couple of years ago, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, when I was growing up, I had a couple of goals in mind. One of them was to be able to send my parents overseas. My parents had never been overseas, had never been on a plane, and I wanted to send them over, all expenses paid. To do that, I knew that I needed to save, because I couldn't do it with my salary, right? To send 2 people over, I don't know if you ever have 2 people over without you, without yourself. It's expensive and it hurts. It hurts to swipe for 2 other people. You swipe and you go, this is for 2 other people to travel, but not you. That hurts. It's a lot of money. But the reality is, I can't do it with my salary. I don't know if you can, but I can't. I can't get 60,000 rand together off my salary. Because that's what it took for me to send my parents over. I can't say I want to send them and then I don't send them over the right way. But to do that, you got to plan. So 2 years before I could, I said, I'm going to save for 2 years. I'm going to take on a low to medium risk fund, because I can't. What's the thing over 2 years that you can't? What's the biggest risk over 2 years? That it's short. That you can't have the money fall and lose it. Why? Because in 2 years' time, my parents will get on the plane no matter what. So the biggest risk first is not for me. Think about this carefully. I'll give you the logic. It's not how much growth I can get on that money. The main thing is that I need to have the money. So in that scenario, for me, I go, I can't take that much risk. I need to save this much, but I want some return. So fortunately, I was able to put it in something low risk. Like you get a money market fund. It's a straight line return. There's no potential to make 10, 12, 15, but I'm happy to get 7 or 6%. So what's the calculation I have to do? You go, I need 50,000 rand or 60,000 rand in 2 years' time. I have 24 months to save for it. If I save 2 grand a month, whatever for that time, we're looking at 48,000 without the growth. So at that point, that's what I would have saved. The 7% I get, that will be spending money if it gets to anything extra for them. And that's how you think about these things.
Hi guys, so yesterday I couldn't finish the video, my battery died and there was just a lot happening and I had to come back from the talk to come to cell group, so I didn't finish everything, but the ladies that stayed behind, they said sure, they've learned so much and they are willing, not even willing, but they want to go on a journey, a financial journey. So yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to actually start this financial journey. And I mean, just getting educated is the first step. Educated is being the first step. Guys, it takes just little steps. Getting to know every single transaction that happens in your bank statement. You need to know it, you need to own it. So it starts there, right? Instead of like moving straight to the big things, property, cars, and all of these kind of things. So it starts there with me, you know. So yeah, I am actually looking forward to these talks. Zanele, you can follow her on Instagram at Zanele Ulana, and she will keep you guys updated in terms of when will be the next talk. This is actually held in Cape Town, guys. So sorry, guys, Eastern Capes, Joburg, Durban, Limpopo. It's probably still coming. You never know what her plan is. So yeah, let's get educated, guys. And besides getting educated, let's practice. I think it's time for us to put our money where our mouth is, right? So yeah, with everything said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a massive thumbs up. Follow Zanele, and yeah, follow Allan Gray as well. And yeah, find out more about their products and all of those kind of things. So this video is not about promoting Allan Gray or any, you know, financial investment institute, but they're actually a good company to read up on. So read up on them as well. Other than that, all right, guys, don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, and yeah, share your views in terms of share your views as well in terms of your financial experiences, you know. So yeah, all right, with all of that said, have a great day. Bye.